Welcome to Doctor Advice Communication Skills Part 2. Today we take a session on Communication Part 2. In Communication Part 1 we discussed what is semi-formal language, what is formal language, what is informal language. For our family members, friends, well-wishers, relatives, we use informal language. For business executives, business purposes, we use semi-formal language. For academics as well as official purpose, we use formal language. Today, our topic is public speaking. It is also very important topic. It is public speaking. What public speaking means? Speech means we utter something or we speak to some other person. Why do we speak? Because we want to share our feeling, idea to other person. It is the main purpose of speech. Nothing else. There is no use except to express your feeling or your idea to some other person. For that only you require speech. To share your feeling, you need to speak. To share your idea, you need to speak. So, speaking is two types. One is personal speaking. Day-to-day life, we speak to friends, family members, relatives, this, that, everybody. It is personal speaking. We don't need to focus much on personal speaking. Because it is casual, it is informal. Just we keep on skipping one idea to another idea, one topic to another topic. Nobody cares. It is purely personal. We use a number of informal words like ha, who, hi, this, you know, that, this. These kind of informal expressions are used in our day-to-day life. It is informal language. In informal language, whatever we want to do it. There is a flexibility in informal language. More and more flexibility in informal language. So, you don't need to prepare a lot in informal language. It comes automatically. If you go and stay 1 year or 2 years in Uttar Pradesh, you speak Hindi. You don't need to read books on Hindi. So according to that culture, you speak the language. It is informal language. It comes automatically. You don't need to stress more and more on informal language. It comes automatically. Coming to public speaking is very important task. Why? Because here you require formal language. So, native people or native politicians like British Prime Minister or American Prime Minister or President or Prime Ministers, whatever it may be, they use formal language skills, their body language as well as their language, articulation as well as fluency or the content. Very, very effective. Why? Because they prepare a lot. It is organized speech. One speech made Obama President of America. It is the power of formal speech. It is the power of public speech. Then what is public speech? Why do we require public speaking skills? In today's world, because of globalization, we need to focus on public speaking skills. Public speaking means formal language skills. So much of preparation is required to speak in front of public. Then what to speak, how to speak. What are the important tasks in public speaking skills? Before that, there are two important phrases in public speaking. There are very important two statements in public speaking. What to speak and whom to speak. What to speak, whom to speak. What to speak, whom to speak. So what is my topic? To whom I am going to speak to. These two are very important in public speech. In public speaking, two things are very important. What to speak? What is my topic? Whom to speak? Who are the public? Suppose I give a presentation on physics, but the people are unable to understand physics, that presentation is useless. If I take a class on mathematics, but the students are arts students or some other students, at advanced level I am giving a lecture on mathematics. It is of no use. Why? Because the same area is important. So what is my topic? Who are my audience? These are the two important tools in public speaking. what is my topic, who are my audience. These two are equally important. Before speaking in public, you must understand that there are two important factors in public speaking. One is what is my topic and who are my audience. So before speaking a particular topic, you should have a clear idea, you should have a clear knowledge about a particular topic, that particular topic. And audience, who are my audience? Who is listening to this particular task? It is there. What is my talk and who are my audience? In between, just how to speak, how to express my views, what to speak and whom to speak. There are two major factors. In between what to speak and how to speak is in between what to speak, whom to speak. If there are two factors, what to speak and whom to speak. In between these two parameters, in these two boxes, there is one more important factor that is called how to speak. People immediately come to a conclusion that public speaking means to open your mouth and speak out. No, it is not public speaking. So, some other factors are also included in public speech. Some other major factors are also included in public speaking skill. The first and foremost is your body language. Means again, we recollect the previous topics or the previous ideas. When we speak, we use ideas. When we write sentences. Speech is different, writing is different. That's why many times we skip unnecessary helping verbs, prepositions, articles, or these, that. So here, how to speak, it is the major factor. How to speak, what to speak. Suppose I have a topic. My topic is public speaking. And whom to speak? To the people who need to update their public speaking skills. For that purpose, it is used. And how to speak? Whenever we say how to speak means immediately open your mouth and keep on speaking on a particular topic. No, it is not correct. Because before opening your mouth, you should speak through your body. You should speak through your body. So, body language. Your body speaks more language than your mouth in public speech. So, first your eye contact. First you look at the opposite people when they are sitting. Just you look at them, this and that, and try to begin with a phrase or a quotation or a proverb instead of immediately beginning the topic. Suppose your topic is space science. Go on the stage immediately. Good morning, my topic is space science. Means people don't attract to you. You don't get attention of the people. First you begin with a phrase like whenever our Vivekananda went to US conference, in that he began with brothers and sisters of America. Just they clapped for 5 minutes for that phrase. So phrase is very powerful. Quotation is very powerful. First you begin with a quotation. First you begin with a phrase. First you begin with a proverb. So what to speak, whom to speak. Like taglines, 2 lines. What to speak, whom to speak. Like. So you begin with a phrase or a quotation before beginning your topic. Once you start with the phrase or quotation, automatically your tension will be relaxed. Your stress will be relaxed. Your fear will be relaxed. Mark Twain, an American fiction writer, once gave a statement. If any person says that I don't have fear in public speaking, means that person is merely telling lies. If you are living, you have fear. If you are a dead person, you don't have fear. Fear is compulsory. Overcome your fear. Once you start your speech, automatically your fear will be gone. Your fear will be lost. In Sachin Tendulkar's biography, autobiography, He got it. Still, before facing first ball, I get so much of nervous, tension. Once first ball is faced, I feel very confident, very effective. My focus is on my play only. So fear is, in initial time, fear is compulsory. Fear is mandatory. You don't bother about fear. You don't look at it. It is natural. Instead of fear, your focus should be on your content. Your focus should be on your topic. So to avoid that fear, you begin with a quotation, you begin with a proverb. Just you begin with a small story. That's why the best speakers, motivational speakers, or writers, or public speakers, or eminent personalities begin with quotations, proverbs, and small stories, because to attract people, what to speak, whom to speak. So once you begin with a proverb or quotation, your speech is more attractive. So once you begin with your quotation or proverb, you should keep it in your mind. Two things are very important in public speech. One is body language, second is beginning. Beginning should be with a quotation or a proverb or a small story or a brief story to attract audience. Second is your body language. Already I told you, body language means eye contact. First you look at our audience. If it is difficult for you to look at our audience faces, you do one thing. Just look at above their head. Just move on your head above their heads. Just move on your eyes. Then you feel comfortable. And you start by saying that something, a quotation or proverb or a phrase or whatever it may be, or a small story, a brief story regarding to the topic. Then you begin talking. Then how to speak? What is important in speech? Eye contact. So open our eyes clearly. So don't shut your eyes frequently. Very rarely just close your eyes. Look at the people. Just keep on your head this side to that side. Move left to right, right to left, up to down, down to up. Always keep on moving your head. As well as after eyes, just nodding your head is very important. This is. Don't fix your head on a particular place. Keep on moving your head like this. Just move this side and move this side. Like a camera. Camera moves this side and that side like it. Just you keep on moving this side to this side. Just you cover all the stage. Complete stage should be covered. It is also important. And move your head this side and that side. As well as your body. And put your feet, 1 or 2 feet here. This side and as well as this side. Keep on moving this side and that side. Try to cover all the days. Isn't it? Hands. Hands very important. Hand movement is very important. How to move your hands. So suppose you want to say something big. So the topic is about. Now it is a big thing. It is a huge task. Just you open your eyes clearly. Huge as well as a huge means immediately you show with your hands a huge. Suppose you want to say raising like it. Just keep on. And falling. People look at your hand and they can understand, okay, this person is telling like this. So your hands show most of the language. So your language expresses through your hands maximum level. So if you fold your hands like it and keep on speaking, just it is like a memory based speaking. It's not attractive. Lose your hands. Already told you. Never feel that these are hands, these are wings. Just be comfortable. Leave your hands like this. Leave it. And keep on moving your hands. Suppose you want to go forward. You want to say like it. Forward like it. Backward. Just with your hands only. Just you show these things, these kind of things. Forward. Just backward like it. Huge means like. Small means like a small one. So these are some of the techniques or tips to focus on public speaking skill. So after eye contact and head movement, nodding your head this side and that side, up, so down, this. Always keep on moving your head this side and that side. As well as hand movement. One more thing is also important. It is about dress code. Dress code is very important in public speech or public speaking. Use your dress properly, whatever it may be. So dress code is at most important in public speaking. Why? Because you are standing before the people, so up to your presentation. Apart from your words, apart from your thoughts, apart from your ideas, people observe you, how you are, how you should be, in what way you are expressing your thoughts and feelings. Attractively you are giving your expression or not. This is also important. So, apart from this, body language as well as articulation. Next is articulation. Articulation means, so word of mouth. When you speak, speak it very clearly, fluently, without any break, without any hurdles. Sometimes just we may forget some words, some expressions, some ideas, but take a little gap in between. Take breath like no problem, because we are human beings. As Shakespeare said, to err is human, to commit mistakes are human nature. Just we are human beings. Without taking breath, we cannot speak hours of time. So people don't focus on those negative issues, one or two small issues. Their aim is to understand, try to understand. Their aim is to identify the content or the concept, whether it is clearly explained or not. So why dress code is important? Why clear voice is important? Why chain of words are important? Because suppose you have a content. Suppose you have a content for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour. If it is not organized, if it is not properly delivered or expressed through your mouth, the reader, other person, audience cannot understand it, may not be understood it. Why? Because just it is not clear. Having information is important, and organizing information is also very important. Organized information. So why PhDs? So why PhDs are important for professional education? Because PhD means organized information. Ordinary people have information, and doctorate faculty members are also having information. But the only difference between ordinary faculty as well as doctorate faculty is, ordinary faculty speak hours of time on different topics, but doctorate faculty speaks only on a particular topic for hours of time. That is the difference. Because doctorate means doctorate degree. What do you mean by doctorate degree? Doesn't mean that he invents something new. He creates something. He is not a scientist. He is not a technician. He organizes his data. Organized data. That is doctorate degree. PhD means organized data. So you try to organize your thoughts. Clearly organize your thoughts. Thomas Alva Edison, who was a genius, everybody knows it. So one day many psychologists or doctors wanted to test his brain. What is there in his brain? They wanted to test his brain. So they went to Edison and asked him, "Sir, just you are a genius. No person is like you on this planet. We want to preserve your brain forever, for generations, for future generations. Do you donate your brain after your death?" He said, "Why not? Nothing is there in my brain. Just it is like common people brain. You do one thing. I donate my brain to you. After my death, just you do whatever you want to do with my brain. You do any kind of experiment on my brain. After conducting experiments on my brain, just you read this letter. I keep this letter in that box." After several years, he lost his life, and again doctors did all kinds of experiments, and they were surprised because nothing was there in Albert Einstein's brain or Thomas Alva Edison's brain. Edison's brain was like other common people brain. The same system is there with. They thought that something is there in his brain, but what is it? They identify. So his brain is also like others' brains. No speciality is there with his brain. So it means that organized thoughts are very important. Public speaking is also like it. Public speaking is about organized thoughts, organized ideas. It is important. By this presentation, we come across three important factors, three important points. First one is what is important in public speech. First one, body language. Second is communication, articulation, speaking, fluency. This is communication. Third is about content or the topic. These three are important. If you balance these three, you will become a good communicator. You will become a good public speaker. Three are very important. If you have content unable to express, it is of no use. If you have communication but your body language is not good, it doesn't work. If you have communication, body language but no content, it is of no use. Three are very important. Three parameters are very important. You must maintain these three parameters properly, then you become a good public speaker. But practice is required. Coming to topic, just your mind, your concentration, knowledge is very important to collect data, to organize it, to memorize it. It is one process, memory-based process or knowledge-based process. Coming to communication, it is about your practice, articulation as well as fluency. If you practice more, you get more. Body language means it is about your confidence, your effectiveness, your belief. So there is a quotation, unless you believe yourself, nobody believes you.